small black businesses that have been started at any time in history. Number two,
Hell no.
wages of
Black businesses,
black unemployment at the
Raza
lowest
businesses
level
are
it's been.
closing down because of your ass.
Number three, we're trying to provide housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporate operations that collude to keep people out of their houses. And in addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that black families have to make relative to child care is incredibly difficult. When we did the first major piece of legislation in the past, I was able to reduce black child care costs. I cut them in half. We got to make sure we provide for child care costs. We got to make sure, because when you provide those child care protections, you increase economic growth because more people can be in the job market. So there's more to be done, considerably more to be done. But we've done a great deal so far, and I'm not letting up, and they know it.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those black families and those black individuals who provided had to take out student loans that were ballooning, that if they were engaged in nursing, doctor, and anything having to do with volunteers.
Come on, get it out.
If they paid their bills
Get
for
it out.
10 years and their student debt, all the rest is forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that. And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and
Yep.
he's right, it's been very bad.
Yep.
He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families
Yep.
and just about everybody. It's killing people.
How do
They
you like
can't
paying all
buy
them high
groceries
prices at the
anymore. They
groceries,
can't- you
at the
look
gas
the cost
station?
of food where it's doubled, tripled, and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New Scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big
free
kill
housing,
on the
medical,
black people is the millions of
food
people that he's
stamps.
allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now. And it could be 18.
And all you
it could
raza
be
still
19,
voting
and
for
even
these
20 million
Democrats.
People. They're taking black
poor
jobs
farmers.
and they're taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you, President Biden.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation at the time. There were no jobs. We provided thousands of millions of jobs for individuals who are in all communities, including minority communities.
You
We
killed
made
the
sure that
jobs,
they have health
Biden.
insurance. We have covered, the ACA has increased. I made sure that there's $8,000 per person in the family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They've tried 50 times. He wants to get rid of the ACA again, and they're going to try again if they win. We find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing any, we put more police on the street than any administration has. He wants to cut the cops. We're providing for equity and
took the
making sure
cops
people have a
off.
shot to make it. There's a lot going on, but in inflation, he caused it by his
How
tremendous
did he cause?
feasance in the way he handled the pandemic.
Thank you. Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis.